Hey guys, welcome back to the I-Ching Beijing Studying Academy here in Los Angeles, California, specifically Santa Monica, California. I just wanted to do a quick video today on covering some basics of Chinese astrology. And a lot of people have been very interested in the ongoing shenanigans between, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I don't particularly have any, deep philosophical feelings on the case one way or the other in terms of guilt and this and that. It's not really a video about that. It's more about the different archetypes that they represent, and it's very curious when I took a look at this case because it really represented the two different energies that we're dealing with right at this moment astrologically in terms of Chinese astrology. So if you look at Amber Heard, I didn't look into their birth times specifically, but I just did the very kind of cursory analysis here. But Amber Heard is a double tiger. So what that means is that she was born in 1986, which is the year of the tiger, but then she was also born in the tiger month, which is April. A lot of the stuff that you will find online is not congruent with the old Taoist way of calculating these months. So if you're like, no, April's not the tiger month, that's why, because a lot of the stuff online, unfortunately, is not correct. So anyhow, long story short, Amber is a double tiger. Then you have Johnny, who is born in the year of the rabbit, but then he's also part dragon because he's born in June. So as such, what you have is a very interesting dynamic between them. Of course, I'm getting a call. The dynamic of the tiger and the rabbit. Of course, when you look at a tiger really doesn't have much interest. Let's just think of the animal kingdom first. A tiger doesn't really have that much interest in pursuing a rabbit. It's not a big enough predator for a tiger to really care about. It's a snack. It's not a full meal. Typically, tigers hunt for larger game, mountain goats, things like that, depending on their environment. Their food source can vary, but larger animals. They actually specifically do not go after small game. So if you look at this from that kind of a context, a tiger isn't really threatened by the rabbit. The tiger's like, like the rabbit's not really going to hurt me, but maybe I can go in the forest and play with the rabbit and frolic and whatever. And so that's where you get into the psychology of Amber, still having like a very aggressive, being a double tiger. Traditionally in Chinese astrology, a lot of times they don't want to have kids in the year of the tiger because they feel like it can bring disharmony to the family. And specifically, they choose not to have a child during that year because they're afraid of having a female. And I don't know that well. I do know a good amount of people who are year of the tiger, females and whatever, and I don't know, at least in my case studies, I haven't seen them bring disharmony to their family or this type of thing. But that's just the urban legend in China, astrologically speaking. So I'm just commenting. It's not my opinion. It's just the opinion of ancient past. So anyhow, you have that. Her archetype being more a tiger, generally you would say would be a more aggressive personality type, and her having the double tiger energy can make her very aggressive in many different ways. And then if you look conversely at Johnny with the year of the rabbit, I have seen year of the rabbit people be aggressive as well, but their aggression is very indirect. Their aggression is very different than what you would consider like a tiger's type of aggression. So, but most times out of not, they avoid conflict. They're, if you look at them in nature, they're a prey animal. A lot of other things eat the rabbit. The legend goes, if you look at the Chinese folklore, that a rabbit was chosen kind of for like a high status position with the heavens because it was willing to sacrifice itself for the good of others. And so there was basically a spiritual being who was like out in the forest, and he's like, hey, forest animals, bring me some food. And all the other animals brought him like a little bit of nuts or a little bit of this or a little bit of that, but most of it didn't consist of like an actual meal. And the rabbit was like, you can take me as your meal. And so the rabbit has that sacrificial type of nature, and I've seen that through my a lot of long-term friendships I have are with people who are Year of the Rabbit. So I feel like I have a ton of experience, and generally speaking, very sacrificial. You know, they will really bend over backwards to help other people. It's kind of like a Piscean energy if you look in Western astrology, because a Pisces is, you know, typically the person that you would first ask for help. If you're in a bind, you ask a Pisces, you know. And the other signs maybe it'll help you, maybe won't, but a Pisces will, like, if they can help, they're going to help. That's been my experience for that. But then we get into their dynamics between them, and that they would get in a fight, and Johnny would always run away. And so this is, you know, typical rabbit behavior. You know, the rabbit's like, oh, conflict. Whoa, I'm going to head this direction. So it's just very interesting. It's very interesting from a Chinese perspective. And the fact that Johnny's not only a rabbit, but also a dragon kind of explains to me how he was able to kind of galvanize, you know, a lot of people to support him. You know, even though he's a tiny rabbit, he's also, you know, has that dragon element that can kind of pull in the rest of the you know, people around him, the society, and like to where they can look through and see some sort of magnanimous nature there. Be that true or imagined, I don't know. But it seems like he was able to do that during this trial. And so in terms of Chinese astrology, it's just very interesting. Very interesting. So I thought that was just a quick little breakdown I'd do. I'd been wanting to do it for a week or so now. I've just been busy with work and all that jazz. So hope you guys are doing great out there. I really, really appreciate all of you for checking these videos out. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And if you're interested in more of this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.